Relationships in the Stone Age demanded strong collaboration
Stone
and
Age
deep emotional
relationships
ties
require
for
deep
survival,
cooperation
as
and
evidenced by
emotional
burial
attachment.
practices and signs of pair bonding. Evolutionary researchers have found that our Paleolithic forebears didn't merely rely on crude instincts or violence to secure partners. Instead, they built complex alliances for survival, where love was literally a matter of life or death. Archaeological findings from Middle Paleolithic burial sites, appearing in human-occupied areas by 120,000 years ago, show these emotional connections were genuine and enduring. Contrary to the notion that cavemen were primitive beings driven solely by primal
Archaeologists
urges,
have discovered
the
that our
evidence suggests
Paleolithic
a far more
ancestors
nuanced
didn't
reality.
just grunt and club
In
each
the
other
Stone
over
Age,
mates.
a romantic
They
partner
formed
was more than
sophisticated
just a
survival
loved one.
partnerships
They were a
where
critical
love truly
safeguard
was a
against
matter
hunger,
of life
predators,
and death.
and mortality itself.
Archaeological
The
evidence
stakes
from
of
Middle
such
Paleolithic
relationships
burials,
far exceeded
appearing
those
in
of
human
modern
familiar
times.
places by
Studies
120,000
of
years ago,
hunter-gatherer societies
indicates these
highlight the devastating impact of broken partnerships. Single-parent families faced child mortality rates 3 times higher than those with 2 parents, making romantic bonds a critical survival strategy that modern minds struggle to grasp. Every decision about a partnership affected access to resources, survival odds, and the harsh realities of enduring in a world filled with predators, illness, and scarcity. The archaeological record shows that Paleolithic humans developed intricate social systems centered on pair bonding. Neolithic graves, such as the well-known Manua couple found embracing in their burial site, indicate intentional burial of loved ones rather than mere body disposal. Mary Steiner's work reveals that burial sites were often located in familiar, domestic settings, proving these emotional connections were deep and authentic, not just practical arrangements. When 2 individuals formed a bond, they created a partnership capable of overcoming challenges that would overwhelm someone alone. The daily struggles these couples faced required both partners to specialize in distinct survival roles while constantly sharing information about dangers and
Single-parent
resources.
households face child
Women
mortality
typically
rates
held
3 times
extensive
higher
knowledge
than
of plant
dual-parent
locations,
families.
seasonal
Transforming
cycles,
romantic
and child-rearing
relationships
skills
into survival
honed over
calculations
decades.
our modern minds can barely
Men
comprehend.
often specialized in tracking,
Every
crafting
partnership
tools,
decision
and
rippled
defending
through
territory.
survival chances, resource
Losing a partner
access,
meant
and the
losing
brutal
half of this
mathematics
critical
of staying
survival
alive in a landscape
expertise,
filled
leaving
with
one
predators,
exposed to dangers
disease,
that
and
could turn
starvation.
deadly in mere days.
The archaeological record
The immense
reveals
energy
that
required
Paleolithic
to raise
humans
children
developed
in the Stone
sophisticated
Age
social
underscores
structures
why emotional
centered
bonds
around
were
pair
so
bonding.
vital.
Neolithic
Human infants
burials,
required
like
nearly
the famous
4 years
Mantua
of
couple
intensive
found
care
embracing in
before
their
they could
grave,
walk long
show deliberate
distances or
interment of
contribute
loved ones
meaningfully
rather
to
than
food
casual
gathering,
disposal
as
of
documented
bodies.
in modern
Mary Steiner's
hunter-gatherer
research
studies.
demonstrates that burial sites
During
occur
this
in
period,
familiar domestic
nursing mothers
contexts,
needed consistent
proving these
support
emotional
for
bonds
nutrition,
were genuine
protection,
attachments
and child
rather than mere
supervision.
convenience
A
arrangements.
single parent
When 2
attempting
people
to raise
bonded,
children
they
alone
created a
faced
unit
overwhelming
capable of
odds
tackling
that often
challenges that would
proved
kill
insurmountable.
individuals operating alone.
Stone Age pair bonds also functioned as insurance policies against injury and illness. When one partner became sick or injured, the other provided crucial care that often meant the difference between recovery and death. Broken bones, infections, and parasitic diseases were common threats that could incapacitate adults for weeks or months. Without a devoted partner to provide food, water, and protection during vulnerable periods, even minor injuries could become death sentences. The territorial nature of Stone Age life added another layer of complexity to relationships. Groups defended specific hunting grounds and resource areas that provided predictable access to food and materials. When couples formed alliances, they gained access to extended family networks and territorial rights that expanded their survival options. Marriages often served as diplomatic tools that prevented conflicts between groups and secured access to crucial resources during times of scarcity. These high-stakes partnerships created intense emotional pressures that had no outlet in primitive societies. When such vital relationships faced threats from rivals or internal conflicts, the resulting tensions could explode into violence that made modern relationship drama look like child's play. Archaeological evidence reveals
occurred.
just how dangerous
The damage
these
extended
emotional
far
eruptions
beyond the
became.
immediate couple involved.
When jealousy struck in the
The
Stone
betrayed
Age,
partner
the
faced not just
consequences went
emotional
far beyond
devastation,
hurt feelings
but
or
immediate
damaged
threats
pride.
to their social standing,
This emotion
resource
could
access,
destabilize
and
fragile
protection
social
agreements.
networks, raising
In
mortality
societies where
risks for
survival
children
depended
and
on
kin across
complex
entire
webs of
communities.
mutual obligation,
Sites
losing
like
face
the
over
deterred
a
child
romantic
burials
scandal
show how
could mean losing
communities
everything.
reacted to social disruption.
The physical
with evidence
realities of
suggesting
Stone Age
that
life
romantic
amplified
disputes
jealousy
played
into
a
something far
significant
more
role in
consequential
prehistoric
than modern
mortality
romantic
patterns.
disputes.
Stone
Consider
Age
what happened
communities
when a hunting
operated
partner
under
abandoned
social
their mate for
structures
someone
where
else.
reputation and
The abandoned
trustworthiness
partner
determined
lost not
access
just
to
companionship,
resources,
but their
mates,
primary
and
source of
survival
protein,
support networks.
their co-parent for
When
existing
infidelity
children,
or
and their
romantic
backup
betrayal
support
occurred,
system
the
for
damage
emergencies.
extended far beyond the
This
immediate
created
couple
cascading
involved.
survival pressures
The
that could
betrayed
prove
partner
fatal
faced
within
not
weeks,
just emotional
especially
devastation
during
but
harsh
immediate
seasons when
threats to
food
their
became
social
scarce
standing,
and protection
resource
became
access,
critical.
and protection
Evidence
agreements.
from contemporary hunter-gatherer
In societies where survival
provides insight
depended
into
on
how these
complex
ancient
webs of
conflicts played
mutual
out.
obligation, losing face over a romantic scandal could mean losing everything. The physical realities of Stone Age life amplified jealousy into something far more consequential than modern romantic disputes. Consider what happened when a hunting partner abandoned their mate for someone else. The abandoned partner lost not just companionship, but their primary source of protein, their co-parent for existing children, and their backup support system for emergencies. This created cascading survival pressures that could prove fatal within weeks, especially during harsh seasons when food became scarce and protection became critical. Evidence from contemporary hunter-gatherer societies provides insight into how these ancient conflicts played out. Anthropological studies document cases where romantic jealousy triggered violence that eliminated multiple individuals from small communities. When populations numbered in the dozens rather than thousands,
found embracing in their
losing even a
Neolithic
few
grave,
people to jealousy-driven
demonstrates how
conflicts could
relationships formed
destabilize
during
entire
life
social
carried
networks
enough
and
emotional
reduce
weight
everyone's
to influence
survival
burial
chances.
practices.
Talk about
The
high-stakes
discovery of a
relationships.
Neanderthal child burial
The
from DNA.Real-life
territorial
cave in
nature
Syria
of Stone Age
shows
groups
similar tender
created
care,
additional layers
with the
of
child
danger
carefully
around
buried
romantic
and
betrayal.
completely covered with dirt.
When someone
then
left
left
their partner for a
undisturbed.
member of a rival group,
This level of
it
respect
could trigger
required
territorial
the same
disputes
parental
that
instincts
resulted in
that drive
warfare
modern
between
families
communities.
to create memorial services
These
for lost
conflicts
children.
often involved raids,
Stone Age
resource
communities
theft,
developed social
and systematic
practices that required
elimination of
emotional
competing
sophistication
groups.
rivaling contemporary
Archaeological
societies.
sites across Europe
The
show
use of
evidence
mineral
of
pigments
massacres
for body
that
decoration
anthropologists
and extended
believe
care for
originated
aged
from
and infirm
disputes
community
over
members
mates and
point
marriage
to complex
alliances gone
emotional
wrong.
lives built around identity,
Modern data shows that
status,
step-family
and compassion.
maltreatment occurs in
These
less
practices
than 1%
emerged
of
alongside
cases.
reliable hearth
But
facilities
Stone
that
Age
created
social
central gathering
disruption
places
created
where people
different
could
pressures
socialize,
entirely.
share stories,
The
and
intensity of
process
these
emotions
conflicts
together.
stemmed from the fact that Stone
Just
Age
like we
humans
gather
had
around
no
dinner tables to
institutional
discuss
mechanisms
relationship
for
drama,
handling
Stone
relationship
Age people
disputes.
used fire circles as
No
forums
courts,
for social
police, or social services existed to mediate conflicts or protect vulnerable parties. Justice was personal, immediate, and often violent. When someone felt wronged by a romantic partner, they had limited options beyond direct confrontation or revenge. Yet, beneath all this violence and survival pressure, something remarkable was happening. The same fundamental emotions driving these deadly conflicts were creating bonds that would define human nature itself. What emerges from this violence is evidence that Stone Age people experienced emotions through the same cultural patterns we recognize today. Archaeological discoveries reveal that our ancestors navigated the full spectrum of human relationships with remarkable sophistication. Ancient DNA studies from the famous Manua couple, found embracing in their Neolithic grave, demonstrates how relationships formed during life carried enough emotional weight to influence burial practices. The discovery of a Neanderthal child burial from Dir-i cave in Syria shows similar tender care, with the child carefully buried and completely covered with dirt, then left undisturbed. This level of respect required the same parental instincts that drive modern families to create memorial services for lost children. Stone Age communities developed social practices that required emotional sophistication rivaling contemporary societies. The use of mineral pigments for body decoration and extended care for aged and infirm community members point to complex, emotional lives built around identity, status, and compassion. These practices emerged alongside reliable hearth facilities that created central gathering places where people could socialize, share stories, and process emotions together. Just like we gather around dinner tables to discuss relationship drama, Stone Age people used fire circles as forums for social interaction and emotional expression. The evidence shows that prehistoric humans balanced individual desires with survival needs through emotional mechanisms They formed deep attachments, experienced loss, celebrated relationships, and mourned deaths with rituals requiring sophisticated emotional processing. Ancient remains tell human stories of parents who buried children with precious possessions, partners who chose dangerous migrations to be together, and communities that cared for disabled members for decades. While these emotional patterns mirror our own, the context surrounding every romantic decision created pressures that transformed ordinary feelings into matters of life and death. The same emotions we experience today carried consequences our modern minds struggle to comprehend.
The same emotions we experience today carried consequences our modern minds struggle to comprehend. Stone Age jealousy had survival stakes, as emotional rifts could weaken social alliances that families depended on for protection and resources.
They were experiencing an emotion
when your ancestors felt that burning sensation of romantic betrayal, they were experiencing an emotion designed to protect actual offspring and life itself.
Your modern jealousy might leave you emotionally devastated,
but it rarely threatens our physical survival.
Starving in a
Your worst
predator-filled
breakup
wilderness.
might leave you emotionally devastated,
Every time you feel jealousy
but it won't
today,
leave you starving
tap
in a
into
predator-filled
ancient emotions
wilderness.
that once shaped our
Every
ancestors'
time you feel
survival
jealousy
choices.
today, you tap
Take a
into
moment to
ancient
consider
emotions
how your
that
modern
once shaped our
relationships
ancestors'
echo these
survival
deep
choices.
evolutionary roots,
Take a moment to
connecting you to
consider
the
how your modern
fundamental human
relationships echo
experiences
these
that
deep
have driven us
evolutionary
for
roots,
millennia.
connecting you to the fundamental human experiences that have driven us for millennia.